Hello, my name is Jessica Krapser, and today I'm presenting my team's collaboration of spirituality, character, and service in our surrounding neighborhoods. We all agreed this was a beneficial exercise in recognizing these attributes surrounding our everyday lives. Our first stop on our journey is spirituality. Now let's get started. For Heidi, spirituality in her neighborhood, this is a cemetery near my home where my parents are buried. I go there to find solitude, seek spiritual guidance, and sometimes just to be. While some might find a cemetery a sad or depressing place to be, many find it peaceful and meaningful. Oftentimes, it is a place for great reflection on your life. For many, this is a place to visit loved ones that you miss, show respect, and celebrate their lives. It is a good place to pray or meditate and often has an overwhelming feeling of well-being. Now, my reflection on spirituality. This is my community church, Bethesda Lutheran. I drive past it every day on the way to work and marvel at its beauty. It reminds me of my faith as I was raised and baptized Lutheran. Although I chose not to align myself with any denomination at this time, it still holds a place in my heart. It is a very large church with its own school attached. Every time I see it, I'm reminded that I would like to someday have a child attending a Christian school. And Amanda's spirituality. This place where I go when I am stressed or need to think is my backyard. It is a very quiet and private place, and I can sneak out there anytime and be alone with my thoughts. There are plenty of flowers always in bloom in the spring and summer. It puts me more in touch with nature. I love watching my dog play outside in the grass. It makes me smile, which helps me forget whatever is troubling me at the time. And moving on to character. This is Heidi's character, and these are pictures of my husband coaching our grandson in baseball. Character comes from within, and the desire to help kids comes naturally for my husband. His nurturing characteristics help these kids to feel better about themselves, not only while playing the game, but also in life. He's a good representative of not only what a coach should be, but also a mentor. His dedication to these kids is a true testament to his character. Now for my character. My choice, the first person that came to mind when I ponder an outstanding character is our dog sitter, Kiki. Kiki was introduced to my family by a mutual friend. We like to travel, so having someone to come to the house and take care of our 1 and 13-year-old dogs is essential. My 13-year-old has never been kenneled, and frankly, it would traumatize her if she were. Kiki stays at our house and dotes on the dogs hand and foot. On our trip this weekend, I encountered a plaque that read, "People will know how large your soul is by how you treat a dog." In my experience with character, I know this to be true. Not only is Kiki extremely kind and caring with our animals and to many other families, she is a hospice nurse in her day job. As you can see by these pictures, Kiki is an overall incredible person who I feel best embodies the character I and others should strive for. And Amanda for character. The People's Church is a mile away from my house. A few years ago, I volunteered there to help with putting together free food boxes that the church makes available to community members in need. The church also provides preschool and Bible study classes to youth and young adults. This church also makes its building available for choir concerts for the local elementary and middle schools. My nieces have performed there and have done an amazing job. And Heidi for service. This is the Little Methodist Church at the end of my street. This church has been there and serving this community for decades. The people who attend this church for the most part have been there a majority of their lives. I chose this church in part because of the fond memories I have of attending Sunday school there as a child, but also because it has been a place where people can go to find what they need, whether it be spiritual, a place to hold a memorial service, or as a social gathering place. The volunteers spend hours helping others and caring for children. It speaks volumes to what service means to me. And my service. One of the most outstanding service organizations in our community is Sponsors, Inc. Sponsors assist formerly incarcerated individuals in transitioning back into society. Many people who have found themselves caught up in the system have a difficult time making the life changes necessary to become a productive member of society when released. Sponsors provides them with 90 days of housing, a mentoring program, which I've highlighted here, clothes, meals, job assistance, and home furnishings for when they find permanent housing. I was lucky enough to participate in the mentoring program at Sponsors, which connects at-risk individuals with their own mentor. These mentors provide a positive role model in lives that may have none at all. Since opening in the early 1970s, Sponsors has grown to include 8 housing facilities and helped tens of thousands of former inmates get their lives on track. Being the only facility of its kind in the nation, Sponsors has become the envy of other counties, states, and municipalities. And lastly, Amanda for service. Redeemer Lutheran Church is a mile from my home. They have created 35 plots for community members to grow and harvest their own food for non-commercial use. The price is $25 for a 6x24 plot. They provide water, compost bin, some tools, and wheelbarrows for members to use. Another service they provide is used clothing collection and donations. They have preschool for members of the community. Thank you all for listening, and good night.